Definitely.
Berm Donor says, this is crazy, but I keep having reoccurring dreams that I'm hanging out with you guys.
Okay.
You were even at my house once. I got to get to the reptilian.
Okay, I got to talk about this.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Because he is not the first person to say this.
Yeah.
I get consistent DMs where people message me and they're like, you were in my dream last night. That's all. I just wanted to tell you.
Right.
But like, that happens so much. That's strange, isn't it?
Right.
Is it just because we make so much content that we're in these people's heads?
I think so, because I was just going to say, like,
It's got to be.
like Aunt Becky has been watching Ink Masters.
Okay.
And then she had dreams that she was tattooing me.
Oh, yeah.
And on the flip side, that she was actually getting tattooed and stuff like that. So I feel like sometimes when you're, like you said, watching so much, and I've had the same thing. Like, I've been watching a lot of Cobra Kai, and then I had like some karate.
Starts out with a black
dreams,
belt.
like, some shit like that too. So I feel like, sometimes whatever you're taking.
Yeah, we put a
gets
lot
into
of
your
content
dream.
out. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there, you know, I mean, daily vlogs.
And you know how that is. Like,
tons
people,
of
when you
Instagram
watch stuff a
stuff.
lot too, like, you feel like you know them. So then, of course, in your dream, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, we're hanging out.
Yeah. I think so. Well, I
cool,
hope
man.
that I like the fact that people think we're relatable and feel
Yeah,
like
and I
they
hope
know
when
us.
you were
They
hanging
dream
out that it
about
was a
it.
good thing.
Yeah.
And
was a
that,
good time.
that
hope
we
I was-
weren't cunts.
yeah. I hope and I hope I have my special glasses on for you.
Yeah, right on, man.
Tonight you will.
Jason from Morph Mixology says, what's up, Reptile fan? Brian, thanks again for coming on the show this weekend. And thanks, Lori, for the quick cameo. Next up, Noah and Jay.
There you go. You guys go.
3 hours
no
of jerky
problem.
talk.
No,
You're
we had
welcome.
we had a great 3 hours of jerky talk.
I hope it
Let's talk
worked
about
out for you.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, unfortunately, Lori jumped on for a minute, but then,
Unfortunately, you're the one who told me to. I wasn't even going to. You're the one who told me to. So shut the hell up. Yeah, exactly.
no, what I was saying is that I was hoping
Screw
you.
you.
What I was saying was I wanted you to stay on longer, but you had.
But it
I
didn't
had,
work out.
No, we had the Raycons on. And the right Raycon is where the microphone is. So you had the right Raycon, and they couldn't hear me talk.
And that
And
doesn't
God
work
forbid,
for that.
Oh, yeah,
God
you
forbid, they can't hear you.
That's not going to work with management.
It's not going to work with me.
The one thing
You had to go.
The one thing Jason said is he said, I've got to be able to hear you talk the whole time.
Yeah.
And you know, no.
Well, I can
Okay,
figure it out.
Jason.
If you want the beef jerky
He
sent to
said,
your
as
P.O.
long as Lori doesn't talk,
It's
I want
just
her
in
on.
the background.
This is how you do it next time. Dad, you wear the right ear con.
Yeah.
Mom wears the left,
That's what
but
we
she
need to-
sits to the right of you.
That's exactly what we
And
needed
then-
to do,
and
and we
boom.
didn't know.
Look at you. See, where was Noah when we?
Well, I
needed
know
him?
no one needed to be the producer.
I was probably putting in that work. That's all I ever do.
Ordering them
Yeah.
sunglasses.
Gotta make that
Definitely
money
that.
to get that sunglasses. By the way, I think we can buy 2 pair of Raycons.
Oh,
Or,
shit.
no, 2 pair of,
What are they, future?
Look at you. You're just plugging the shit. out.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you.
They're not even sponsored.
And honestly, you can get 50% off if you use Brian B.
Yeah, I'm not telling you to go to buyraycon.com/Brian B.
Okay,
But if you do,
10%, I
it's
think, not
15.
50.
No, it's 15.
Oh, I thought you said 50. I'm like,
Oh,
no,
it's not that. No,
So if you do want to use, someone did email me today actually and said, "Is your promo code still good?" And I was like, "Yeah." As a matter of
Hell
fact, I'm
yeah.
about to run another promo.
So there you go.
No, my cousin used it not too long ago too.
They're great.
I remember. He was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good
Yeah,
stuff.
they're
That's
good.
good.
They're great product, man. I love them.
Great product.
V Dog says, just curious, will you be breeding Drogo? Just think Lori, a little Drogo baby.
No, we actually just had this conversation.
Did you really now?
We did. Jay
Did
and
we
I,
have it? Let me
Jay
count.
and I had this
so without me.
conversation with
Without me.
Leslie, the one we got him
okay.
from.
And she said that you should get a female because he
No.
wanted to breed.
No, she actually said the opposite. She goes, watch out for him right now. She goes, this is breeding season. She goes, so it can go either way. Either he can get real friendly and really cuddly, or he can get real mean or whatever because of whatever. And Jay and I both said, well, the difference is we don't have any females or anything around here. So I don't really see him being affected by that, where she had both sexes together. So she goes, she goes, just so you know, if you are planning on breeding. I'm like, no. Jade said, nope, we're not planning on breeding.
Well, I don't see why you would be.
No.
No,
planning.
I don't think so.
No,
either.
there's no reason. Like,
No,
Yeah.
there is no reason.
are you
People-
kidding?
yeah.
Listen, I don't
My
think he
tour
would want
today-
that anyways. He is the biggest spoiled prima donna.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That
My tour
thing.
today was like crazy about him. I mean, they went in there and they were just like, oh my God. I mean, it was like it made, because they didn't know we had a sloth.
A lot of
really?
people
Yeah,
don't.
so-
I've been
so-
noticing that when I'm
Yeah.
over at the Reptarian
Yeah.
during open hours, people will walk by and they'll just freak. They have a sloth.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, so
It's actually fun to watch.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just nice. As soon as we had the otters.
Oh my
just
God!
Think about
Game
that.
I cannot wait for those otters. That otter slide that starts
the
upstairs.
otter
and
slide
basement.
goes downstairs.
Oh my
Yeah, it's
God.
going to be really
It's
hot.
gonna be so amazing.
Simple Man says, how's baby Kush doing?
He's
Great.
doing really good, actually.
Actually, really
Yeah,
good.
he's doing really
Growing.
good. We're getting close to. I mean, there's still some.
Close to what?
Well, like
Home.
Bruce can now like touch it under the chin, and it's not freaking out. I think we'll get there.
Close to having a relationship.
Actually,
Yeah.
Dustin from Nerd was going to come out. He wanted to come out this week, and it's just a bad week to have him come out. But he's done all of the socialization on their croc monitors.
And they're awesome.
And I really wanted to bring him out so he could show us how he would socialize Drogo, baby Kush.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we can get Dustin out soon.
That's cool. Yeah, he sent me videos too. It's he's doing great.
He really.
It's
and
like
he's
chilling on his head.
He was taking
Yeah.
wild croc monitors and making them tame.
That's so
the way
crazy.
that baby Kush is a captive, hopefully we'd have better luck. But it's getting closer.
I think it's cool that there's people like monitor people and monitor men in particular. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, there can be women too, but monitor people like they're missing a part, like a fear spectrum from their
Yes.
brain. Because when I see baby Kush, because not all monitors, but baby Kush in particular, I am very antsy. Like honestly, of course, I want to handle him, but I don't want to handle him because all I can think about is those teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's tough. I'm not intimidated by it at all, but I realize the penalty is very severe.
Well, you know what's funny is Jay and I were having this conversation like about Drogo just the other day.
Yeah.
So when you first have an animal and then what the possibility is if things go red. Just like we said, before we got Drogo, obviously you'd seen, like, Google a video of a sloth that fucks you up. Like, it's not good.
Yeah.
So we get him, and then we've seen this, so we know this is a possibility. So it makes you hesitant until you get to know the animal.
Right.
And that was the whole thing, like we were talking, like just with this last bath and just with these things here. I know for me personally, now that I actually have a relationship with him and I know him and I feel I can read him, now I feel more comfortable.
Sure,
to where before,
when he was
it's
just like reaching at you before, you're like, oh, what's this thing going to do? It's going to rip you.
Because I didn't know. Now I know him, and now it's like I can tell what is like freaked out or aggression or what is just him being curious or something like that. So it's a twofold. Like you feel more comfortable because you know, just like we do with our animals and our reptiles, where we know, where people are like, how do you know it's not going to bite? Well, because we know the animal.
Yeah, we know it's actions.
And it's the same thing with him, which I think is the same thing with baby Kush. Like, it's good you have to at first be on guard because you don't know until you actually get that relationship where you can read it. So
you know that Drogo will be on Right This Minute again.
What's that?
what?
The TV show Right This Minute?
I don't know what
I
that
don't
is.
know either.
It's a big daytime TV show. He was on the when we combed him, they had him on.
Really?
And then
This is what, our
gonna
fifth time? Fourth or
it's
fifth
like
time?
fourth or fifth time we've been on. Like they've had like us doing like chameleon baby
What do
when
you
the
mean?
chameleon
What, are you
babies.
going? Are you
They-
taking him?
No,
What-
they take our clips and they like talk
so
about them.
they
It's
take
kind of
your
like almost
YouTube
like
clips.
yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of like a TMZ-ish
Okay.
type of show called Right This Minute. It's kind of like a current event show.
That's
And
cool.
it's
They
a pretty
took the-
big. It's a big
What are they
show.
doing? The bath?
They're doing
Yeah,
the bath. Yeah, we're doing the bath. So that'll be
It's
on.
so cute.
It was
that's cool.
that's when Because Jay's like grandma, Jay the Entertainer's
Yeah.
grandma, like I guess called him a week or two ago.
Oh my
Like,
God,
oh my
Jay!"
God, you were on TV.
That's great.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
Mike
cool.
said, in the stripper's defense, I come here and throw money at you guys. Just saying.
No, that-
It's a fair point.
That's true.
And you guys dance.
And we
dance for
love-
that money.
And we love him.
I know.
Right?
Yeah,
Mike
we-
made the analogy connection. Doom,
Mike,
doom.
you are
We
sharp,
love you,
man.
Mike. We love you, Mike.
That's what they say. Come over here. Come throw that money around, baby.
Mike, me love you long time, Mike. Me love you long time. Wow, yeah, that
We
was
even got a VIP room and everything, dude. It
Yeah.
sounds a little
Yeah.
Mike. We legitimately have a VIP room.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get a popcorn machine at no strip
but you
club.
know what?
Yeah.
Come on.
Dances.
Mike might get Brian in a G-string.
Oh,
no.
baby.
There's probably going to be a price for that.
But there is a
on
price.
the website. We put that on the website.
Put a couple otters in
I'm
front
gonna
of
have
me.
I'm gonna have my green glasses and a pickle hammock on.
Yeah,
You know what I
no.
mean?
There you go.
No banana hammock, pickle hammock.
Pickle hammocks
Oh,
now,
man.
man.
Oh my
shit.
gosh.
Good shit.
Different
Mike,
shit,
anything you
different
want, man.
prices.
You know, there's a price for everything, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Silvercat says, I definitely throw in some work during visit. I enjoy it and the passion. I also breed rats and work a week all by myself, and I enjoyed Hobby to Riches vlog.
Oh, good. I'm glad that you like that
I'm back.
vlog. A lot of people didn't because it got very little views.
Well, there was your view.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Hope
we
you took
got-
something from it.
Thank you.
Got about half the views
did
of our
it
normal
just for
videos.
you.
Yeah, got about half the views of our normal video. And that sucks, you know. I mean, it's one of those things that just happens, you know. But I like the video, so thank you so much.
And
I
that's all
appreciate
that
it, man.
matters.
Yeah,
And so did
Yeah,
they.
well, I think there's value in those types of videos, but it's not for everybody, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's not a masses video.
Also, we
for us,
gotta remember that this is a forever video. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of
Yeah,
times we
sometimes-
want
yeah.
just the gratification of now,
Immediate, right?
but you
Yeah.
never know what it will do over time.
Yeah, we had a couple videos in the last few weeks that like didn't perform extremely well, and then like I was surprised to go back and they had like 300,000 views.
Yeah, I
on
just
them.
seen that the other day.
Yeah,
actually.
it's you know, but right now I will say, I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, it's the ups and downs of YouTube, you know. But we are in a down right now. I mean, our numbers are really soft compared to normal, and whenever you're in, you know, we do this obviously, you know, and you know, when you have these dips, it's scary. You think like, oh, is it over? Did people just get sick of me? Did I put out too much content? Should there make a change? You know, whatever the case may be. So, but history will tell me that it'll come back
Right.
at some point. When I did look back on last January's numbers, we were really soft last January and early February as well. So, and then, but then again, there was the pandemic last year. But March we came roaring back to have some of our best months of the year. Again, people were locked in, so YouTube was doing really well. But as a matter of fact, literally while we were in the podcast, one of my managers texted me and was like, "We gotta get your views up,"
Yep.
you know. And so
Be like, yeah, we'll put in the fucking word to the guys upstairs.
yeah.
Little
what I mean?
Bogus says parent-teacher conferences went too late, but here
Ugh.
now. Love to my favorite family.
Oh,
Jeez,
thank you
I'm
so much. I
so
appreciate
sorry
you.
for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you have parent-teacher conferences, you know, because not everybody is doing that these days.
That's
you know?
right.
So I love hearing anything that sounds normal.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
anytime I see something, like I was saying earlier to my trainer that I saw a couple movie trailers that were like in theaters only.
Yeah.
And that made me feel great,
Yeah,
right?
you're
Like,
like,
oh,
oh,
wow,
sick.
wait a second. Because every movie that's coming out is being Apple TV or HBO
Yeah.
Max or, you know, whatever, you
So
know,
there's-
and so it's nice to see some normalcy come back.
That's just movie coming out on HBO Max on Friday. That looks really good.
I know, I saw
forgot-
that.
I
I can't
completely
remember what it
forgot
is,
what
but
it was.
I saw that and I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it
And
looked
it's,
really
yeah,
good.
it's, but yeah, I agree with you.
I'll have to watch that.
And there's some great Netflix stuff out. But my point is, anything that's feeling normal is awesome, you know?
Hell yeah.
Simple Man says, would you ever get a dwarf caiman?
You know, Kevin at Nerd produces them and socializes them. If I was ever going to get one, I would get one from him because his are great, you know. But I don't necessarily think I need one, to be totally honest with you. Crocodilians, I love crocodilians. I just don't know doing crocodilians properly in a cold weather area is easy to do. You know,
Yeah.
so when I see, you know, I mean, obviously we're you know, with this next expansion of the Reptarium, we're going to be doing some massive enclosures for our our alligators. And but every place I've been to that has been cold weather that has had crocodilian displays, with the exception of Reptilia's Nile crocodile display up in Canada. And even their alligator display, with the exception of those two, I've thought they didn't have enough space in water, too.
Yeah.
Do you know that crocodiles are supposed to have at least 1.5 times their body length in depth of water?
Really?
Think about that. So if you have a 10-foot
But
alligator...
alligators, no.
No, alligators too. You're supposed to. I mean, we're not going to be able to do that, obviously, but we can still provide them with something. But in a perfect environment, if you have a 10-foot alligator, it should have a 15-foot deep pond.
I mean, it makes sense. I
You
guess.
know, and it's like, remember the big crocodile Lulong? Have you ever heard about it? I mean, that's what happened with that. That was a 20-something foot crocodile, one of the biggest crocodiles ever found. And they put it in a place that was like, 4 foot deep or something like that. It was dead within a month. Because the weight of the body organs can't take it. They need to be, have
buoyant.
flow. Yeah, they need to be buoyant. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you need 15 foot for a 10 foot.
Well,
but you
measure.
certainly need 6 foot for a 10-foot alligator. You need a lot of water. And so that's why I'm not going to go crazy with crocodilians.
Yeah, that's where these people down south that can have these
Yeah,
huge
they can have-
outdoor
exactly. Yeah,
things.
exactly. If you can be outdoor, I mean, Robbie Kesey and obviously Gatorland
'Cause
and
you
all
can
those
give 'em
guys have amazing.
natural
Yeah,
habitat.
I know
but
Gatorland's so much fun. I love Gatorland. Like every time you walk around there, I walk around there, I should say. I always feel like there's an extra thrill because you never know if there's gonna be an animal out. You're just like, well, around there might be a Cuban out. Like you don't know, so it just adds an extra little
It
thing
is
to
crazy. I know. We
Yeah, I
just
do
were
love
there
that
not
place.
that long ago too,
Yeah.
and the same thing. Like it was
Yeah, I
just
love
like,
it.
wow,
Never
this is
gets old.
insane.
no, it's a great place for sure.
Damn, son.
Can we rail this in?